Hi everybody, this is Tara from Koala Productions, and today I'm going to show you a short tutorial on how to make my Birdsong journal. It's not necessarily a junk journal, it's not necessarily an art journal, but it's a little bit, I guess, a mix of both. Well, let's get started. The first thing is we're going to print out all of our papers. I used cardstock for mine. Now we're going to go ahead and cut all of the parts out, and I'm using a craft knife and a cutting mat. Now we're going to go ahead and score along all of the thin brown lines. This is just going to make it easier to bend your pages. I'm going to fold each page up, and then on the little tab I'm going to be folding that so it's pointing the opposite direction. Just going to use a little bone folder. I'm actually using the back of a pencil there, and all of your pages are done. Now we're going to assemble the pages. What we're doing is we're going to go ahead and glue the little tab part to the inside of the page. This may seem a little complicated. We're kind of doing it like an accordion, and you can kind of follow the pages I went, or you can just do it the pages as you like to have them in your book. I put all of the bird pages on the interior, and on the ends I put the blank pages. So you start out with some blank pages, and then all the birds are on the inside. Now you have your whole stack, and as I show you, it's like a little bit of an accordion. And now there's going to be two end papers, and these will be with one of the cover, I believe it's with the cover prints. Anyway, you're going to go ahead and just run the tab on the one side and attach it just like that. And then we're going to do the same with the back. Now this one, you could actually probably cut the tab off, whatever, on the paper part, but I just went ahead and attached it, as you can see, because I thought it looked pretty. There we go. And now we have our end papers attached. Now you can see that we can flip through the book, and you can kind of see that accordion style, but we're going to not keep it as an accordion. If you want to, you can certainly go ahead and do that, but for this version, we're not going to. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to we're going to paste these papers together. That way we have each individual pages, and I'm just using a glue stick just like I did to bind them together. Maybe not the most permanent solution, but it was what I had on hand, and if you want to go ahead, I think like Eileen's tacky glue or Yoo-hoo or some other type of glue that's maybe, that's good for paper would probably be better, but if all you got is a glue stick or Elmer's glue, go right at it. Alright, so we just went ahead and put all of the papers together so that you'll see here in a second they're all stuck together, so there's no more accordion look. Now we have the entire signature done for the inside of the journal. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to be making the cover part. Alright, so we're going to set this part aside, and here's all of our cover pieces and a couple of the little pockets and everything. Now make sure you print on the instruction that says to print 2 of certain pages, so make sure to print 2, and the cover is one of them. And I'll show you here in a second why you want, because you're just going to print a front and a back and glue each of them together, and that way you've got a nice sturdy cover. And again, I'm just using the glue stick and sticking them together. You can certainly use another type of glue if you want. It's whatever you like to do. So I'm just matching them up. The part with the butterfly on the front is the front of the cover, and the one that doesn't have the butterfly is the back. But at this point they're just going to look the same. So now, since they're going to be, I want to spiffy them up a little bit, I'm just going to go ahead and mark around them with my marker. And now I'm going to go, you can use ink by the way, and now I'm going to add on the top roof of the little birdhouse. I do that on both sides. I will flip these over and cut this one out and put that also on the back side, but that's optional. You don't have to do that. I just thought it looked nice. Now again, on the cover with the butterfly, I'm going to put the little chickadee looking out of his hole and his little perch, because this is going to be the cover part. Got a little tag on the bottom I'm going to add, and now I'm going to be working on the locking system. So I take my little, I don't know, what are we going to call it, eye lock there, and I add it to the front. And we're just going to let that sit and dry. Now, we're going to go ahead and put the signatures in. So what we're going to do, is we're going to put glue on the one side after flipping over the cover. And I'm just putting Elmer's glue all over it, and I'm situating it. Sorry, can't see it so well, but I'm situating it with the bottom of the book cover. And there we go. Now it's attached. And we're going to do the same thing with the back. And we're just going to put glue on that back page and attach it in there. This part, of course, you want to be a little bit careful, make sure everything's lining up as best as it can, but you know what? However it comes out, it's going to look cool. And there we go. I'm going to let those dry. And as you can quick see, there's all of our pages and it's ready to go. Okay, so now I let it dry. And now this is the point where you can go ahead and start adding in pockets, and you can also add in the file folders, all of the little things, and add in the little tags and all the images and everything, and build up the inside of your book. However, when you're done with that, we want to go ahead and make the back side of the lock. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a scrap piece of cardstock and fold it about 4 times, and then we're going to wrap our little tab around and glue it to the back of this little oval part. And all of these parts are on one page, so you'll recognize them. I'm just adding a little Elmer's glue because I want this to be nice and secure. You can probably do this part separately, like when you're doing the pockets, because it does have to dry. So anyway, just folding it up, and it's very important. You can do 4 folds of the scrap piece of paper, or 5. You just want to give it a little space. Alright, I'm just clipping it, setting it aside to dry. Pretty easy stuff so far. Now, this is the whole thing that's why we put the paper in there, is we're going to be putting this, our little key lock into it. So the next day, I went ahead and just took it out, and now I have a little space there, so the key lock goes in. And we're going to do, once all the pockets and everything are in, because you want to make sure that your book is expanded as much as it's going to, you're going to go ahead and slide that in, and we're going to lock it with the little key. And once we have that done, we know it's going to be fitting with our other little part of the lock. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put some glue on it. We're going to put it back in, and we're going to get our key there and slide it in. And then we're going to just stick it down and glue it onto the journal. And that way we have a little locking mechanism, all made out of paper, nice and easy. There you go. That is the Birdsong book. Well, I would like to thank you for watching the tutorial. I hope it helped in creating your Birdsong journal. And if you would like, you can always go over and check out my website at www.pawalaproductions.com. I have a lot of digital scrapbook freebies available in my Ko-Fi shop from there. I also have educational video games for kids who are interested in mathematics, or maybe they're having trouble and want to practice in something that's fun. And there's also, I'm adding in more stuff for making junk journals. Anyway, thank you very much again. Bye-bye.